So this is the second part of being back in the US after 32 years, talking about what's the same, what's different, general things I noticed. When I first got back, I needed a driver's license, a bank account, my social security card, because I lost mine after 32 years, and I needed my mobile. The mobile was the most difficult thing for me to get, and I was kind of surprised with this because my bank account, no problem, proof of address, and my passport. My driver's license, no problem, despite I had a 21-year-old expired driver's license from a different state. I didn't need to take a test, driven test, or written test. I got it, no problems. They were all running around at first confused because I guess they never went through this. And the Social Security card was also no problem. 15 minutes I had it. I couldn't get a phone. The Verizon and another shop wouldn't sell me a phone because they wanted 2 proofs of addresses and they wanted a driver's license, which I didn't have yet. So I was just a little surprised. It was confusing. How is it that it's harder to get a phone than it is to get a bank account or a driver's license? So that was one thing that I just thought, this is really silly. Another thing I'm going through, which is embarrassing if you're in public, is there's certain words that were different in German than in the US. For example, handy. I don't know if anyone knows what handy means. I just got a new handy. I've been saying that for 32 years, and that's a mobile phone. So if I'm in the store and I slipped out handy and then I said mobile, because they're just words you're so used to using. And, mobiles came out when I was there. So I never used the word mobile, always handy. And another thing that's embarrassing in public is I went to the store and there was a sign for the shop that I wanted. And I said to the guy, "Where's IKEA?" And he said, "What?" And I said, "IKEA." And he said, "I don't know a store with this name." And I said, "But there's a sign in the front of the store. It says IKEA's in this mall." And he said, "No, I don't know what you're talking about." He walked away. He probably thought I was crazy. IKEA, IKEA, you get this mixed up. It's going to take some time. You get used to it. But these are little things that happens when you're living overseas. Now, I know in one of my previous videos, I talked about how portions in the US are bigger than they are in Austria and in Europe. And it's true. And the portions are bigger than I remembered. They're really big portions. As far as over the years, my friends and my family have mentioned prices have become ridiculous for food, I don't really see that. Maybe it's because food is expensive in Austria, but, yes, if you buy one bag of Fritos, it's $5. That's ridiculous. But there's all these sales, buy one, get one free. Fritos is $2.50 per bag, in my opinion, even though it's $5 in the store. So I don't really, see a big difference in the food price. I don't think the food prices are that bad. Even when they're high, like I got an ice cream in a cup, it was $8, and I thought that's ridiculous. But the portion was so big, 2 or 3 people could have eaten that. So, yes, maybe food is a little more expensive here, but the portions are so much bigger, it winds up being the same. You bring some food home. You can't bring ice cream home. I ate it all and I felt sick. But food prices really aren't that bad here, in my opinion. And what I also like here that they don't have in Europe or in Austria, I keep on saying Europe. I've traveled a little bit around Europe, but mainly I was in Austria. So I'm really comparing Austria to the US. Miller's gas station, I go to Miller's convenience store, I'm not sure what it is. You get the card and they give you, bonus points for every $3 you spend or something. what was it, 700 bonus points I've collected, and I've got $7 in free stuff. In Austria, you don't get that. Maybe you'll get a discount, but you're actually, in a way, getting cash. I can go in and spend $7, get $7 of free stuff now. So that's something I like. Also with sales tax, that takes a little getting used to, because in Austria, tax is already added to the food or the laptop you're buying. And here, I'm still getting used to it. I see it's $24.99, and then I have to pay whatever, $27. And I'm still thinking, oh, that's not fair. But, you know, you have to get used to the tax being added onto the price. I preferred it in Austria when you knew what you were paying. You didn't have to think. Another thing that it's my fault because I've been gone for 32 years, but I can't find certain things that I always loved. Rocky Road ice cream. I walked around to like 3 places looking for Rocky Road ice cream. I can't find it. And I'm going crazy. I want Rocky Road ice cream. I did find it in, I think, Wegmans or Food Lion, but I want it from an ice cream shop. I don't want it from the grocery store. So some of the foods disappear that you really liked. I'm sure it's out there somewhere. I just don't find it. And the last thing for this video is I had like 10 foods I really loved. And what I found out was some foods like Fritos, Cheetos, the breadsticks from Pizza Hut, they tasted exactly the same as always. You just, oh, this is great. But then I found out half of the foods like Hershey bars or Pizza Hut pizza or Kentucky Fried Chicken, it didn't taste the way you remembered it tasted. It just wasn't as good as you remembered. And that's just weird when I'm trying something new, like Hush Puppies. I used to love Hush Puppies. I had them and I said, I'm not really impressed. So some things, they tasted exactly the way you remembered, and some things, they taste completely different from the way you remembered. And that's kind of fun to go through those things and see what you like and see what you don't like anymore. Okay, that's pretty much where I'm going to end this. I can go on forever with the video like this, comparing everything, but I just compared things that were fun. And again, I'm still getting used to looking at the camera. I know I'm always looking off all the time, so it's going to take me a little while to get used to talking to you instead of talking to the trees or whatever I'm looking at. Next video, I'm going to tell you why I came back to the US after 32 years, and hopefully it's something that you're going to want to continue watching and see where I'm going next.